And then we're going to go to brand. We're going to go ahead and do that. All right, welcome back, boys, girls, and others, to the Beerly OB at the HQ with the Beerly boys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Zane and Charlie got roasted this afternoon by Zach and Tommy of the Georgia Club.
Yep.
Zach, what went down today at Georgia Club?
Well, you see, it's a classic case of two young men getting in over their head, playing a game that they shouldn't have played. And, honestly, no. I mean, to be honest, we just got hot. Charlie struggles to make 2-foot putts.
Felt like Rory today.
And they never adjusted to the speed and firmness of the greens. And, that's a big thing I always tell my students, make sure you make adjustments during the round. Like if a green's firm, don't try and land it next to the hole because it is going to go way by. So play it short of the pin, play a little bit of rollout, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I hate you. But that's okay. So we had an amazing it was an amazing U.S. Open, guys. Let's go ahead and recap the U.S. Open. Fantastic time there at Pinehurst number 2. I mean, what was your guys' favorite part of the week? Charlie?
You have to say Bryson's I don't know how he went about everything during the round, stopping and talking to that one kid in the last round was just awesome to see him sign the hat and everything as he's going on to win the U.S. Open.
I've literally never seen a player do that.
Yeah, never in my life.
Not in contention.
Just showing how he's a good guy throughout the biggest round of his year. It was awesome.
Zach, what about you? What was your favorite part of the week?
Well, I mean, like I've said on the show many times, I think Bryson is the most exciting player in golf, and right now he's probably my favorite player in golf. My favorite moment of the week, though, is, something that I think that we can all come together and say is like a regular part of our lives, and that is salty balls.
Oh, I thought you were going to expand on that.
Oh, yeah. So in an interview or in a press conference, I think it was post round 2, he was asked about him floating his golf balls in a saltwater solution to determine the heaviest point of he is able to roll the ball end over end more perfectly than he would otherwise. And he plays, I believe he plays the Pro V1 left dash.
Yeah.
So, and Zane's pulling up the clip here.
Yeah, you can keep talking about it.
But so the whole idea is, and he explains it very well in the clip we're about to watch, but basically, when you have a heavier point on a golf ball, it basically is similar to mud in that the weighting of the golf ball is off-centered. Sure. So if that weighting in the golf ball is off-centered, it's going to cause your ball to roll right or left.
Yeah.
If it's not directly down the line of your putting.
You know what this is similar to? It's similar to the old, spining the shaft.
Yeah.
You're finding where the most mass is on the shaft or the spine.
Yeah.
Similar to that, only on a sphere. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Maybe I need to do this next time before we play.
Maybe the 3-footers would have dropped. Yeah. That's right. So let's listen in. Let's listen on to Bryson.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I put my golf balls in Epsom salt. I'm lucky enough that Connor, my manager, does that now. I don't have to do it, but essentially we float golf balls in a solution to make sure that the golf ball is not out of balance. There's a big thing back in the day where golf balls were out of balance, and it's just because of the manufacturing process. There's always going to be an error, especially when it's a sphere. You can't, and then there's dimples on the edges. You can't perfectly get it in the center. So what I'm doing is finding the pretty much out of balance lightness of it, how much out of balance it is. Heavy side floats to the bottom. Heavy side floats to the bottom. And then we mark the top with a dot to make sure that it's always rolling over itself. Kind of acts like mud. So if there's too much weight on one side, you can put it 90 degrees to where the mud's on the right-hand side or the mud's on the left-hand side. I'm using mud as a reference for the weight that's over there. And it'll fly differently and fly inconsistently. Now, for most golf balls that we get, it's not really that big of a deal. I just try to be as precise as possible, and it's one more step that I do to make sure my golf ball flies as straight as it possibly can fly.
So I mean that's what he does.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but that's my favorite moment of the week because I'm a big fan of salty balls.
big fan of salty balls.
Big fan.
I
mean, honestly,
we're having some problems.
Oh no, brother.
Hold on.
Having some issues. So I'm gonna keep talking while we fix the camera issues that we're having. But I mean, I think I think in my opinion, Bryson is not only the most exciting golfer on the planet, he's probably one of the most likable golfers. On the planet
I mean, that verdict or that I don't know, outlook on him changed a lot since he joined Live, and he's probably the only player that he got more likable as he joined that.
Yeah. Well, I think, and I said this last week, but I think the YouTube has helped out a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
He's talked about how, before he moved to Live, before he started YouTube, he was afraid to express himself and be himself. He thought he had to be a robot.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the perception of him, is that he was a robot.
Yeah.
But I mean, when he's coming down the back nine and makes that big up and down save for par to keep it from going from, I think at that point it was to remain tied with Rory.
What the fuck?
I think.
I just don't understand.
I think at that point it was to
Wonder if
remain.
you stop sharing the X.
Oh, I did. It was fine last time.
Yeah, it was doing great. I don't know.
I mean, you could try. Anyway,
Just restart that.
at that point, I think it was remain tied with, but the sheer just emotion and the fist bump and I mean, it's great for golf that you have a guy like that can go out there and perform out of his mind. I mean, he has been.
The fans were on his side too. I mean,
yeah,
the USA chants when Rory's hitting, that's a little different. But the USA chants when Bryson, after he made a shot or something like that, that was awesome just to see.
Yeah,
I mean, they have him at his back now. He's yanked by a lot. Have they announced the Olympic team yet for the USA? I don't think
he is not on it. Yes, they have announced the Olympic team.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember.
It's pretty wild how they've left him out of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that will never cease to amaze me. It's just, it really is brutal. There's so many people that were posting that on Twitter or on X, about how they were just roasting Zach Johnson up and down. How do you not give him a phone call?
Yeah.
The way he was playing, and me and Zach, we were talking about it at the time.
Yeah.
How do you not give him a phone call? It just doesn't make sense. It was definitely I think it was twofold. A personal vendetta against people that left for Live.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it was the fact you wanted to spend time with your broskies overseas. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we got to talk about it because it is a thing. The whole point of the Olympics is to get the best athletes in the world at their specific sport in the field to see who is the best in the world.
That's correct.
So when you have the U.S. Olympic team and you don't have the guy on it that won the U.S. Open, that's pretty weird.
What kind of sense is that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big track guy. That's like Jamaica leading off Usain Bolt back when he was on his run after winning every that.
Yeah,
the best.
They'd be like, oh well, he left the sprinter series.
Yeah, exactly.
The professional sprinter series.
And
he joined the pro sprinter series.
Some dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he left that organization, so he's no longer ranked number 1 in the world, even though he has the best times, even though he's playing or running the best.
Bryson's, the OWGR is just absolute crap.
Yeah.
But his is like 38 or something like that, which
Yeah.
makes no sense. No sense at all. It might have went up after yesterday. I remember searching it up in the last round,
But it's completely ridiculous. And the fact that, and I think it should say something to these organizations that use the OWGR as their compass.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, if the majors don't even use that right now because they're allowing all these special exemptions for LIV players because they understand we want to have the best field in golf. In order to have the best field in golf, we have to have these players here.
Yeah.
If they understand that, I think obviously it's not going to happen this year, but I think eventually you have to go to a different system.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
There has to be some sort of way to rank them.
Yeah, to rank them more accurately.
Exactly.
Because right now the rankings are completely inaccurate, and it ruins the game. Because whoever wins the gold medal this year, I don't even care if it's USA or if it's someone from some other country.
Spain, like John Rahm. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's someone like that, how do we know that Bryson wouldn't have won it?
Yeah, exactly.
How do we know that Koepka wouldn't have won it?
You never will know.
You'll never know.
And that's the thing that's
right.
tough about the Olympics too, though, is that they can only take so many per country, even though. So that does limit the field because obviously the USA has the most top-ranked golfers in the world, and they can only take so many. But still, it's like those guys that they are taking compared to the guys. Who is?
It's got to be. It's got Scheffler, obviously.
Yeah.
Schauffele.
Does Cantley go?
Maybe Cantley.
I'll
He's
search
kind of
up.
underperformed this year outside of the U.S. Open.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think. Maybe Morikawa,
That would make sense.
but he hadn't been super special this
Oh,
year.
did this just get released today? It's only 4.
Yeah.
Scotty, Xander, Wyndham Clark, and Colin Morikawa. Your
Oh
boy
my
Wyndham's
God,
going.
Wyndham Clark is on Team USA.
Yep.
It's wild.
Honest to God, what is his ranking in the FedEx Cup?
So it says that based on Olympic qualification process, the top 15 golfers in the OWGR are eligible. So since Bryson's not top 15 of the official world golf
That's
ranking.
so dumb.
Why do they still use OWGR? That just blows my
Clark's
mind.
number 5.
Me and Zach have gone over that in the podcast or in the past about how you have so many other ranking systems that make more sense.
Yeah.
That's
Data
taking into
golf.
account more. Yes.
Data golf takes into more account and difference in the courses and course rating.
So Bryson got moved up to 10 in the OWGR, but he was still lower than all 4 of those guys that made it after his win.
But he's playing the best.
Yeah, exactly.
He's playing
him and Scheffler.
technically in the majors. He's playing better golf.
That's
than
correct.
Yeah, he's top 10 in all of
That's
them.
correct.
Scheffler's tied 41st.
Yeah,
In all majors combined this year, he is the lowest.
score.
By far.
Not by that much.
He had a
Schauffele
first,
is pretty close.
a second, and a
Schauffele's
ninth.
Schauffele is like
Okay.
2 shots.
No, he's talking about overall score though.
overall
Oh,
score,
okay,
like
okay.
overall
I thought you
under
meant-
overall under par.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant your
your rankings. No, I
Rankings,
think
yeah.
if his average ranking, I think his average ranking is much better than everybody else.
Probably.
But Schauffele is, I think, like 2 behind him in total,
Total strokes.
scoring,
Yeah.
strokes.
Yeah.
But speaking of Scotty Scheffler, was kind of weird not to see him in the mix.
I agree. That blew my mind. We were talking about putting a bet on him not to win because you wouldn't quite make your money back.
You would have made to bet on him to not win. Well, so if you bet $100 on him to not win, you would have only won 30.
So you'd get $130.
Yeah, which was tough because then if he does win, then you're losing 100 versus only winning 30. It's
Yeah.
it was tough just to put that bet down, but we were talking
We
about
were
it.
talking about it.
I wish I didn't convince Zane not to,
Yeah.
but also that's $100 versus 30.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. But the thing is like,
But how bad did it really feel to lose $100?
it felt pretty bad. Screw you.
There's been worse.
Yeah, there have been. That's the problem. But that was really wild to see Scotty not take on Pinehurst number 2 the way he had other courses, especially considering how good he is tee to green. I thought that he would have been a good matchup for Pinehurst number 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he
Again-
Samson himself.
Samson himself.
Cut the hair, cut the beard. So
Yeah, that's true. He did cut the beard, man.
He looked. By the way, he's one of the very few people who looks so much younger with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
He
bit.
looked old out there.
You
Yeah,
growing out the beard now, Zane?
it's that daddy. Is it him being a daddy
Him
now?
being a daddy.
You growing the beard out?
No, no. This is not. This is as long as
It's
it
not a
gets.
sign of
Charlie.
things to come.
This is as long as it gets, Charlie. That's as long as it gets. So anyway, there were some other great things coming from this. Coming from this tournament too. Oh, there we go. This was after the round. It was with Johnson Wagner. He was kind of showing everybody the shots that Bryson had hit earlier that day. So we're going to go ahead and share that with you guys right now. So let's go ahead and share the screen. This is where it messed up last time, so hopefully it doesn't again.
If it does, we just won't share the screen.
That's right.
Look it up.
Look it up. Do your job. All right, here we are.
Rich, what a day, what a championship. Man, the USGA Pinehurst Resort, I just thought it was a 10 out of 10 setup. Jeff Hall and his team did an amazing job, and the course really shined as they wanted, and Bryson
By the way,
shined.
how big is Johnson Wagner?
Just have to say, I've been
He's
standing out here for a
a
while.
little large.
Bryson came out after his
Around
press
the
conference,
middle.
took pictures with everybody,
I love-
signed everything. Really incredible. And coming on the set, I think he's really matured these last 8-9 months.
Yeah, how big is
Big
Johnson
man,
Johnson?
perfect here.
I think
so
so
we're gonna see
too.
if
Are
we
you on
can
my Wi-Fi?
pull this off.
Yeah,
It's
get
pretty
off.
dark out here, but I got the Jumbotron lighting me up, and man, that clubhouse is looking at me, Randall.
It's looking at him.
Oh, sit.
Looking at him too.
Sit.
So he almost hit the
Hey,
clubhouse on that one.
it's probably
I don't
in
know.
the back of the green, but I went for it. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Look who it
Oh!
is. Bryson.
Big Daddy.
By the way,
How about this?
what other player would be out there with him at this point?
All right,
That's perfect.
I know.
So it was, yeah, just a little.
This is where I hit it right here.
But you guys know what I mean, right? Like how many guys
Well,
Yeah.
would be out there right now?
He was out signing autographs for the late
just to really be aggressive and I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be aggressive and dude, by the way, so happy for you. What goes through my mind? Did you think about hitting the clubhouse? Did that thought into your mind at once at all?
It did on the second shot.
Okay.
If I hit it too hard and it ran at the left side, I think I could have rolled it through, but not here. I was actually, because I played a huge explosion chunk and run. So if anything,
Is
I
it
was
weird
looking
that they don't?
Okay, well
turn
that's probably a smart thing. I got a question about
Little
that
bit.
second shot.
Yeah.
With your single length
That
iron,
was weird for some of us.
I found a window I was going to hit it. I found a window that I could get a little flatter.
For no reason.
I couldn't
That
have
was
no
weird.
riders and everything, so I didn't have that chance.
Okay.
That
That
was
I
wild.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
My dad showed it to us.
He's
He
like-
lifted up and
Yeah.
it shows Rory won.
And I was
Yeah.
able to get around the bush. So
And Bryson, like,
How to feel that, hold
Yeah.
that thing for a second
I
time.
love it.
Pretty wild.
It was weird.
I heard there's
Like,
sand in there. Is there
the
anything else
guys-
going in there?
like, T20 or something like
Yeah.
that. All the way down to, like, 58.
That's wild. Just like they made the
That's
cut
awesome.
that last. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it showed Bryson. It still showed their scores correctly, but it had them like a 58.
That makes no sense.
They hate us because they ain't.
Oh, I chunked it.
And then he does it.
Oh, please
2
go
feet. Puts
in.
it to a foot, 2 feet, a foot.
Just let that me around.
Fucking wild.
Did I get it
That was
received?
wild. And here's the thing. Look,
Hold it. You got it. Come on.
give him the US Open.
Thank you. Thank you. Player B is always better than player A. I guess I'm
That's
not
That's
going
not-
to win the U.S. Open now.
My opinion.
On Bryson's page on Live, it says what's your most difficult
Anyway,
thank you.
I'm so impressed by everything you did. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
impressed by everything you did
It's-
on the green. I was standing out here watching.
Oh,
You came over
it's,
and graciously shook my hand. I really
Really
enjoyed
good.
Tuesday walking with you. As a
Yeah.
person that
You're pretty good at the
likes
bunker
you,
today.
but
Bar one
You
just
shot.
didn't know what was going
One
on.
shot,
I'm so
you
happy.
hit it
And
way
I talked to a
over,
bunch of caddies coming from Live,
One shot,
landed in
almost
Charlotte, where I
lost the
landed
ball.
Monday.
This is what he's.
And all these Live caddies, I said, I think I'm going to do a walk and talk
awesome.
with Bryson. And they said, dude, you wouldn't believe he is like the greatest dude now. So it's good to see it happening, man. Proud of you.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
So he basically says to Bryson there, if you didn't catch that,
I got
he
your half
basically
a
says to
cold one.
Bryson, he's like,
Absolutely. Let's go.
he's basically saying to Bryson, like, oh crap. He's basically saying to Bryson, like, hey, you used to be a dick.
Just have to say,
Like,
I've
you
been
used to be
standing
a
out here for a
jerk.
while. Bryson
You
came
know what
out
I
after
mean?
his press conference, took pictures.
And bring
What are
in
you
Johnson.
Stop sharing. You have to hit stop sharing. But anyway, Zach's having problems over here. But it was crazy how. What are you looking like that for? So it was just so crazy how, like, and he's not being mean. Johnson Wagner's legitimately saying, like, hey, you're such a good guy. Like, you've changed a lot. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Congratulations.
He's a little bit better than Brandon Chambly was this weekend. Just a little bit.
There's a little bit better.
Just a little bit better. By the way, why is that guy on the booth, in the booth, around the booth,
Period.
on site, anywhere near
How
a
is-
major championship?
How have they not kicked him out of the room yet?
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I understand. Like,
Nice.
you can be excited when guys hit good golf shots, but you should be outright rooting for someone to win.
No.
And he was outright rooting for Rory to win.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
And then they gave the worst piece of golfing advice I've ever heard anyone give.
Which was?
Rory's just so
Oh.
addicted to a routine.
Okay.
And you know what? The greatest players, they don't have a routine. When Tiger made this putt, he wasn't doing a routine.
Which is baloney.
Nicholas never had a routine.
Which is also baloney.
Yes, it is absolutely
Yeah,
complete garbage.
If you take your coaching or playing advice from Brandon Chambly, might just say you're never going to end up here. You're never going to end up on tour. You're never going to end up playing with the pros.
Because here's the thing.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
The example used for Nicholas was Nicholas always said he waited until he could visualize the shot.
That's still
That's
still
part of a routine.
That's part of a routine. Your routine, and me and Zach talked about this too. Your routine is not, I'm going to do exactly the same thing every time. Your routine is, I'm going to do, it can be that.
It can be that.
Bryson does that.
Bryson does that. Matthew Fitzpatrick
It can
does
be that. But the difference, it can also be, I'm going to hit bullet point 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Whatever happens in between there
just to get comfortable.
can be kind of fluid.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
It also depends on the shot. Like, he started talking about Tiger's putt that he made at the Masters on like 17 when he won.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, he walked up and down that thing for like 2 minutes and looking at it. It's like, well, yeah, it was like a 30-foot difficult putt. Of
Great
course, he
things,
looked
yeah.
at it longer than a 15-footer.
Yeah.
That was like a simple, like, uphill right to left. Yes, you're allowed to make adjustments in your routine based on the shot ahead of you.
Correct.
Like Bryson, like on 18, Bryson's not checking his backswing every time he does a shot, and he's probably the most routine person that there shots call for or situations call for a little bit of extra focus or a little bit of extra time to diagnose what exactly you're trying to do.
Correct.
You got to take that.
You got to take that
necessary
extra time to diagnose exactly what you need to do to pull off a shot. It's not about not having a routine. It's about having a routine that's malleable enough that it can be adjusted for different on-course situations.
Oh, of course.
It's like Rory's so addicted to a routine. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It is wild. That was just one of those jaw-dropping statements, and you've heard them all. You've heard several of them from this guy. I mean, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the same thing that Hank Haney said about Rory. Rory's driving the ball, and I told Zach knows and I told Charlie this the other day, but Hank Haney basically made a tweet, and I don't think he was kidding. If he was being ironic, that's funny.
It would be funny if that.
It would be
was
funny if
ironic,
he was
but
being ironic.
I don't think he's got an ironic bone in his
I
body.
don't think he does either. And what he was saying was, imagine how good Rory would be
Imagine
if
how
he
many
didn't
more-
dip his head and get side bend
On
at
his
impact
driver.
on driver. Yeah.
One of the best.
Imagine if the number one driver in the world
To ever walk
was just a little bit better at driving the ball
Yeah.
and just had the same putting stroke forever. Like, it's just
And
wild.
here's the thing: Zane said it even at the time. Everyone knows what Roy's kryptonite majors have been, and it was the same thing that came up this week.
Correct.
It was pressure situations. He struggles inside 5
He
feet.
comes up short.
I get it from him. And on that note, boys, I think I might have to get out of here.
It's all
I
right.
gotta be up early. I'll see you tomorrow.
Pleasure. See you.
Hey, man, it was a
Thanks
great
for
time.
joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
boys.
joining us. Absolutely.
I want
Go
to swap
ahead.
chairs. Can I get that chair?
Do you want that chair?
Yeah, this chair is so uncomfortable.
Here, let's just switch. I'll take this.
Keep your chair. I'll go to this one.
All right, we'll put this one back here. All right.
Little Chinese fire drill there for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man. All right, grab your junk. Grab your junk. So anyway, I wanted to find that real quick. Brandel Chambly. Brandel.
It should be in our thing. Right?
That's not Brandel Chambly routine. Maybe I sent it to you via text message or something. Where is it? Brandel Chambly routine. It's got to be media, right?
Go to my page because I quote tweeted
Well, I
it.
lied.
You lied?
My laundry is not dry.
Okay. Well, here, let's move this
All
way.
right, we're sliding down.
Chinese fire drill, part 2.
If you go to my page, I did quote tweet it, so it should be there.
Oh, is it on your page?
Yeah, I quote tweeted and I said, "Don't take advice from this guy," or
Zach.
something along those lines.
Oh, Beerly boss.
There you are.
are. Yeah, don't take advice from this guy.
Hey, don't.
Oh,
listen to
little
the-
unhinged live right now. This one right here. All right, hold on. Rud. Gotta click that. This is Bora. So just for you junior golfers out there or anybody listening, don't listen to these people.
I had someone
Say this.
respond to that tweet where I said not to listen to this buffoon, and someone said, "I don't know what he's saying makes a lot of sense."
I'm a big fan of Bob Rotella. I am. I know you are as well. But I am not a big fan of routine. I don't understand it.
You know what's funny about that statement? Guess who always talks about routines?
Brad Faxon.
Bob Rotella.
Oh yeah,
I feel
but also Brad Faxon, who's Rory's putting coach.
fallen in love with a routine.
And
Who
you know,
was in the booth with him this week?
You know, oh my god, I just thought of that. Brad Faxon was oh my gosh, that was he like not subtweeted. He was like in front of Brandel Chambly basically saying like J Mont like the PGA Tour ruined golf. You know, like
Was he?
he's basically saying that. You don't remember that?
I
It was in the booth with Brandel. And now he's like kind of subtweeting back at him. I just thought about that.
More important to feel comfortable. Jack would always say, Nicholas, he would always say, I wait until I get the right picture in my mind. This is my problem. Because every one of these are not routine. That putt he had on 18 is not routine.
What in routine, Zach?
2-footer downhill left to right.
Pretty routine.
Pretty routine. You're on the PGA Tour. The greens are going to be rolling.
That's
13s,
a routine putt.
especially at the U.S. Open.
And you're telling me you should treat that putt differently? Zach, is that how you make more short putts, or is that how you miss more short putts?
That's how you miss more short.
That's how you miss more short putts.
It's
That's how you miss them, Charlie.
well, so because here's the thing, and almost every golfer will tell you this: the more same shots you can hit in a round, the easier your golf round's going to be.
Yeah.
Which is why in the U.S. Open, the whole idea is we're going to make this course really hard. You're never going to be able to hit the same shot twice in a row.
Yes.
Like make it the green complex is tough, false fronts, bunkers, thick rough. all the above.
Yep.
You're never going to have the opportunity to hit like, oh, I just got to hit a straight ball. No, I have a hole. Now I have to work it right to left. Next hole, I have to work it left to right. Okay, now I need to hit a straight ball. Now I'm into the wind, and I need to play a low cut. I mean, it's about creating all these situations where it makes golf really hard because you can't just hit the same shot over and over.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
And I think Pinehurst number 2 is great about that because with their waist bunkers, you're never going to have the same lie twice if you miss a fairway.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything. You could be in the wiregrass. You
Yeah.
could be in the sand. You could
You can be in the wiregrass, you can be
on
gauze
top of
bush, sand.
How crazy was that? So I actually was one of those people back whenever Martin Keimer won the U.S. Open there. That's when they just did the redesign.
Yeah.
So when they just took it, got it in all the, they got in all the wiregrass there. They took out all the rough and they put in all this waste area. And at the time I thought this is making the course way easier.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it now.
And now I look at it.
So I will say this.
I think it does make it harder. I think it does make it easier as far as overall scores. But whenever it comes down to the wire, no pun intended, when it comes down to the wire right there on 18, on 18th hole, you never know. The suspense is unreal because you never know what kind of lie. What are you looking at? You never know what kind of lie you're going to get. You never know what you're going to be at. Oh, we got a comment. It's the most important part of the mental aspect of golf, in my opinion.
Oh my God, guys, it's your dad.
That's my daddy.
That's Tommy.
Jeez, dude. This man was unreal.
Shot 32 on the back 9 today. It was sick.
Tommy, shout out to Tommy. How do you say his last name?
Nooser.
Nooser. Yeah.
Actually, it's New Seer.
Are you joking or are you serious?
Am I?
Just tell me. Are you? Is
No,
it
it's
actually?
Nooser. It's Nooser.
Tommy, comment. Is it Nooser? Or
It's Nooser. I'm
Okay.
being honest now.
Tommy Nooser getting his golf news from the Beerly Boys.
That's right. So, yeah. Well, I got some news, and that is that Tommy kicked my little red ass. Anyway.
Those putts, man.
Yeah, those putts unreal. So can I say that real quick? So we were playing today, and we were on. They were kicking our tail all the way up until hole 16, and hole 16 I run in. We just pressed them, and I run in like a 25-footer, maybe even longer, maybe 25, 30,
between
something.
30 and 20.
And probably about 25.
Yeah, it drained it. I mean, just dead center, drained it. Tough putt, downhill, right to left breaker, flattened out at the hole, and went in. And I was like, I went because everything's been lipping out all day.
Everything's been lipping out. They've been getting their butts kicked.
And I went, yeah, like I just yes, and I thought, I jarred it. This is gonna scare him a little bit.
You're gonna big putt him.
I'm gonna big putt him, and sure enough, Zach missed his putt. But then Tommy gets up there and just drains it in the bottom left of the cup, and it just lips in. And he just nonchalantly walks up and grabs his ball at the hole. And I'm thinking, you jackass. And then sure enough, he's saying he's right. Oh, that's about the name. That's about the name.
On 17, I had a sand save from 10 feet. And
Yes.
He made his 8-footer down the hill for birdie.
Yeah, and then Zach pulls his weight. They Batman Robined us all day. Except they were both Batman. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
Yeah. So it was pretty disheartening, honestly. And then the last hole was just unreal.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Can I describe this?
Yeah,
because this was like
tell the story.
So last hole.
I'll give you a rating on how you tell it.
Last hole. So just to give you guys some context, we have won the front 9, won the overall, won the back 9, won a press, and they pressed us on the back 9 on 16.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy birdie 16, Zane birdie 16. So we pushed that hole.
Yep.
I birdie 17 to give us a 1-up lead going into 18.
Yeah.
Okay. I hit first on 18. I hit a really good drive. Zane loses his right. Tommy
We
loses.
thought mine was gonna be no.
No, I thought you'd be fine.
Oh.
Zane hits his. Or Zane loses his right, but he's in thick rough, but he's okay. He's got a shot at the green.
Yeah, it's pretty
Tommy
close.
loses his a little right, but he didn't hit it good enough to get in a bad spot.
Yeah.
And so Zane goes first, and he decides to hit a chunk and run hybrid.
Worked out perfectly.
Chunk and run hybrid all the way to the back of the green. He's got probably another 25 footer for birdie
Off the green.
from off the green. And then Tommy hits his to about 40 feet right of the pin. And then
I was further than Tommy.
I think Tommy was further.
No, because he putted first.
I putted.
I know you putted first. I think Tommy was further.
Was he?
I think
I
so.
don't think so. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, regardless. So I hit the green, but I suck at putting today, so I didn't make my putt. So granted, I didn't need to because all this happened before I putted.
Yeah.
So Zane goes first. He's about maybe 6 inches off the green. Nails a 25-footer. Big fist pump.
Walked it in.
Walked it in. Big fist pump. He was hyped. And then
I was like, that'll do it.
And
That's what I
before-
told myself. I said, that'll do it.
And then before Tommy, as we were walking up on the green, I asked Tommy, I said, Tommy, do you need help with the read? He goes, no, I got it. Tommy then proceeds to make an absolute gagger on these gentlemen, extremely downhill, right to left putt.
I just hit the middle of the cup.
Just dead center of the cup, 6 feet out, it was dead center. I was
Yeah,
hands in the air walking toward him. It was like a Ryder Cup moment. It was, and then Zane sees it go in. He throws his putter. Head is in his hands. He can't believe himself, and that is how we closed out a $100 bet right there. That was nice.
You're welcome.
It's been worse.
You're welcome. Take
It was
Louise
cherry.
out somewhere nice.
It was
will you?
cherry. It was charity today. With me.
Hey, Louisa, you hear that? I don't even think
She
she's
doesn't watch
watching
this.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch.
But if you're hearing this, he has $100 extra. I hope you
Oh,
spend
she
it
knows.
well.
I told her right afterwards.
Oh,
I
okay.
said,
Taking you
Beat-
out real
no, I
nice.
said, we beat the brakes off these hoes. And she was like, hell yeah, baby. And I was like, we're going somewhere nice soon. Don't know
Yeah.
when because I don't get days off. But soon.
Yeah. So,
But no, it was like a Ryder Cup moment. I mean, 6 feet out, it was dead center.
Tommy said back is a little sore. It is.
It
Like
was
for that
after
back,
that
that back
32.
nine. That back
After that
nine, it was
32.
pretty sore. It had to be.
I mean, I shot 2 under on the back nine. It's not like I played.
But there's no way his back wasn't sore. I mean, he did carry on the 17. He made you $20 on the last three.
on the
holes.
last hole.
On the last 3 holes, he made you $20. Without him, you don't make $20.
Without me, we don't make $20 either.
Next, we were 2 under.
Okay.
Well,
Actually,
if we don't
no.
birdie 17, we don't make $20. Y'all push.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
won the
true.
hole, and then y'all push.
That's true, but he made par, so he would have won it on his own.
No, he made
I
par.
bet par.
No, he would have won out of those 3 holes. He would have won on his own.
No, we were 2 under there.
Oh,
3
you're
under with this.
right.
We
They
would've halved
would
it
have
still, though.
halved it though. We would have halved it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't have made $20. Give me that.
Quit
net.
making.
Couldn't make sense.
Quit. Stop it. Just stop it. So
Oh man.
anyway, it was just it was really something to see though this past weekend. I was really rooting for Bryson just because again, American. Number one, U.S. champion, U.S. Open championship, got to be American. And then 2
Hell yeah.
is just hell yeah. And then 2 is just like he's just, in my eyes at least, he's become the player that golf needed.
Yeah, he's the fun one to watch.
He is the fun one to watch.
I mean, he's
Who's funner to watch than Bryson? You can't name him because Scotty isn't, clearly. Scotty, again, this is the issue I have. Not issue I have with Scotty. I don't have an issue with Scotty, but this
you
is
do have an issue, Scott. I disagree with you.
no. This is the problem with having such a dominant player be the way Scotty is because Scotty's not flashy. Scotty even says in interviews that he's like, golf isn't what I'm about. Like I'm a family guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, Scotty, if you're listening to this, you're
Sam
not
hates
listening
you.
to this. You're not listening to this.
He
But
hates you.
if you ever hear this, I really like you as a person, as a player. Love you. Love the fact that you put your image out there like that. I do think, however, Bryson is the character of Bryson being as open as he is with the public and the fandom is far more important for a sport than just dominance, than just pure dominance.
I agree. I think another thing, and this is going to sound kind of weird, I think Scotty Scheffler almost makes it look too easy when he's playing well.
Facts. Facts, because he hits everything too close.
And he doesn't waver at all.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, he had how many rounds was it without going over par?
Too many.
He doesn't waver.
So,
43,
like, I think he almost makes it look too easy because, I mean, he's literally number one strokes gained off the tee, number one strokes gained approach.
Yeah.
He's number one in almost every category. I think he was number one in every category for a while except putting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when you have a guy just that good, it kind of just, like, it makes you be like, well, these guys do this for a living. Why isn't everyone doing this?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
When if you don't play the game, you realize like that's really hard.
So then he has a kid and doesn't play as good after his kid, but then Tommy
has a kid.
Tommy has a kid too.
Now I will say this: Tommy's been working on his game a little bit more. So
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's been working on his game a little bit more and actually focusing on working on his game.
Yeah, Tommy said Scotty seems like he doesn't care.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's a good assessment. It seems like he doesn't. Obviously, he does, or else he wouldn't be doing it. But
Correct.
He's just kind of nonchalantly dominant, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and here's the difference between you're exactly right in the it looks too easy, Charlie, because he hits it closer to the hole than Tiger did. Remember, Tiger was winning.
Mhm.
Tiger is just a far. So whenever people say Scotty is the new Tiger or dominant, it's in a completely different way. Scotty is so good off the tee, and he is so good into the green, but he just can't putt to save his life, right? And when he putts well, he wins.
No, when he putts okay,
He wins. When he putts okay, he wins. When he putts trash, he's still top 10.
He just has to putt average for PGA Tour.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Tiger was the opposite. Tiger was not that great off the tee. He was very good out of trouble. He was very good into the green, but he would make putts like nobody's business. He was the best putter
the
on tour.
famous saying is, back nine of a major championship, Tiger's not missing a putt inside 20 feet.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it felt like that growing up. And I know he did miss putts inside 20 feet.
Yeah.
But it felt like everything he looked at that wasn't inside, that wasn't outside 15 or 20 feet was going in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Scotty, it's not the case, right? That's not the case that Scotty's like that. So, and so that's what makes it different. And if Scotty was a little bit more, what he just said agree. I can show things.
Yeah,
that's dope. So that's the thing that's so different is Scotty and Tiger are just different players. In order for Scotty to bring in the fans like Tiger does, it takes personality. It takes interacting with fans like Bryson.
Yeah. So all that to say, we're going to start a hashtag free Tommy. He's trying to he wants to qualify for the Georgia Open and he wants to go to the Chattahoochee qualifier. So if you could hashtag free Tommy, tag the Georgia Club in it on Instagram.
Oh, he has to work?
They won't give us both the same day off, and he wants to do the qualifier at Chattahoochee. But
it's not the same day?
It's the same day as Pine Tree.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah. Free Tommy newser.
Hashtag free Tommy.
Hashtag free Tommy.
I want Tommy.
Hashtag free Tommy. So
we want Tommy.
We want Tommy. So anyway, I thought this was pretty funny. I just wanted to share it because I hate the Brandel hate is strong with this one. So Bryson talking about great family men with Charles Howell and Anirban Lahiri in front of Brandel Chambly, a guy who abandoned his wife and kids for a 27-year-old coworker. Here we go.
Charles Sal's a great family man. Hunter Bond's a great family man.
That's awesome. So really love that. I can't say enough how much I hate Brandon Chambly.
Dude, it's wild. I don't even know how he has the platform he does.
Because he doesn't have fans. Does he have fans? Have you ever met a Brandon Chambly fan?
I really haven't.
Have
that
you ever
one guy
met
that
a Brandon
commented on my
Chambly fan?
Twitter post.
I've never met a Brandon Chambly
Or
fan.
I don't even know if he was a fan. He just agreed with what he said.
I think they're all fake. I think they're not real. Half of them have to be banned or blocked by him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what Charlie was talking about. This was just a real one. Like, this is 100% the case. Bryson going up while he's leading the tournament.
This is during the event.
Ever from a leader in a tournament.
Have you ever seen anything like this in the USA?
Look at that.
Speeding tournament.
Yeah.
You're a real one for that, Bryson.
Faith in humanity.
You get yourself in the championship, bro.
Dude, that was awesome. That is one of the coolest moments.
Yeah.
It really is.
100%.
That is one of the coolest moments. And the fact that after the event, he goes up to the Sky Sports News people and immediately goes to the fans and was like, I want everybody to touch this trophy.
Yeah,
He literally booking it through the crowd.
He literally let everyone there in the crowd touch the U.S. Open
Did you
trophy.
see his Instagram picture, the one that he put up with him with all the fans around and he's holding the trophy?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was so cool. And so
another cool thing, he put sand from the bunker where he hit
that was
50-yard
so,
bunker shot in
dude,
the
that
crowd.
is
And
awesome.
he was drinking wine out of it tonight.
He's
In New
drinking
York.
wine out of it.
Yeah.
In New York tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
He got some chocolate milk too.
and this is the thing I
I'm a
don't.
huge chocolate milk
It's
guy.
like-
I love that.
This is why I think people need to be more forgiving of players, especially whenever you get players like Bryson who have literally come out and said, like, hey, like, I was this way. This is why I've changed. You know what I mean? We need to be more forgiving of players like that. The thing I hate is there's so many people that still hate Bryson because of PGA Tour Bryson
Yeah,
and Liv.
you know, a lot of, and I'm going to go ahead and say, a lot of older golfers
Mm-hmm.
don't like Bryson because of his whole, like, he's trying to almost break the game. Like, he's trying to figure out, like, how do I make this as easy as possible? And they're like, well, golf's supposed to be hard. You got to play with the same clubs. Like, what are you talking about, you curved face irons, you maniac?
That's awesome, by the way. The curve face iron.
Yeah, did you hear him talk about how, like, it wouldn't be as useful for someone with less club head speed?
Yes, because it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gears effect.
Yeah.
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 Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, just to explain for everybody out there, the gears effect basically is, and it's the reason why your driver is a curved face. It's the reason why the titanium face on it is curved. And that is because what you're trying to do is if you hit a toe ball, what is the effect of a toe ball, Zach?
So about simply gonna not spin
It's gonna what?
and draw,
It's gonna hook.
hook.
It's gonna hook. So what they do is they curve it so that obviously that is no longer facing quite the target. It's facing a little left. So that is gonna cause it to be a push hook. You know, same thing on the heel, right? So you hit the heel, right? Curve face, hit the heel. It's gonna be a pull fade. That is exactly why they have that. And it's so cool that he hits the ball so hard that he needs a curved face on his, 4-iron, 5-iron?
I think all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, I mean,
That's
like,
just nuts.
I want you to think, just for, like,
This
comparison's
is
sake.
so crazy.
Comparison's sake, Zane. Like, he hits his clubs or his lofts are weird,
Yeah.
but he hits his 7-iron 225.
He hit pitching wedge to a
Yes.
par 3 to, what was it, 17 or something
Yeah.
like that? 197 yards. It landed on the green and rolled off the falls front. But it was 197 yards he pulled pitching wedge.
You realize how crazy that is?
Yeah, he hits the ball really hard.
Really hard. So anyway, it's just really fun seeing him do well. Really great.
But also, I don't know. This is almost like I like how excited he gets to talk about like the science and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't know this till the other day. Did you know what he went to college for?
Mechanical engineering.
Physics.
Physics, yeah. I did know
Makes
that.
sense.
So that, like,
SMU.
yeah, I knew he went to SMU. I didn't know what he went for, and I searched.
There
it up.
were people saying that he lied about going to SMU because of Payne Stewart.
Really?
You know the story, like, so they were saying like, oh, he said in this interview that he didn't even know Payne went there until he visited, and then he was saying in this interview that he went to SMU for Payne, and it's like,
It can be both.
yes, that's the thing. It's like he literally even clarified. It's like he went to the visit, realized that Payne Stewart went there, and then was like, I want to go to SMU.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people are just dumb. Twitter, yeah. Anyway, X is just dumb. People are so
It's
stupid.
kind of like I went to FGCU
Mm-hmm.
because their freshman housing is nice, but I didn't know that until after the visit.
Yes,
So that's what helped me make my decision to go to FGCU
that's exactly right.
instead of like, I don't know, any other Florida university because all their freshman housing dorms are garbaggio.
I know in like UF, like the Gators, they have 3 people in the small ass room.
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is-
Same thing at FSU.
oh
I
yeah.
couldn't
FSU was terrible.
Yeah.
Smith Hall.
Speaking
I hope
of,
that's not still a place. That was
speaking of-
brutal.
dumb people, when are these shots going down?
Huh?
You gotta go down now. So I guess.
that was
Oh,
quick.
shoot!
we were getting to it.
I thought we were gonna do it
Didn't
together.
even introduce the why or.
I thought we were gonna do it together.
Well, I'm doing shots because these two cheated, and they changed the rules night of.
That is
But it's
not the
fine.
case.
That was the first
you
time I was
agreed
involved.
to it. You agreed to it.
It's fine that they cheated.
You agreed to it.
He
When
took
we
that
do dark horse
personally.
picks, it's supposed to be top 50,
That was
and they
ballsy.
said
That
Zane
was salty
said
The
balls.
ballsy boys.
That was
Zane
the ballsy
said
boys.
top. It was supposed to be top outside the top 50. Zane said top 30 so confidently he rizzed me into believing he was correct. So,
I rizzed him. I had charisma on 100.
so while I picked Brendan Todd, which is an actual dark horse, these two clowns sitting next to me picked Brooks Koepka and Wyndham Clark. Which, if that is a dark horse pick to you, I don't know what to tell you.
You said Wyndham Clark's your least favorite golfer.
I
had to pick him.
freaking hate Wyndham Clark. Oh my god, he's
I don't
on the
like
U.S. Olympic team, and he's suddenly like a dark horse pick.
Hey, outside the top 30, man, I just followed the criteria that was given to me.
You did, yeah, we did. We followed the criteria.
That you guys created.
Anyway, we got to do it together. You can't just do it on your own.
I just did.
All right, you ready?
I feel left
Hold
out,
on.
but it's all right.
Do you want?
You want one?
I'll do a shot with you for the hell of it.
Go ahead. Grab
It's
it.
in the
You know where it
freezer.
is.
I didn't. It's not for pain. It's for
It is for pain.
reward.
Just
It's
PAIN.
like a reward.
Oh, you meant actual pain. I thought he was saying Payne Stewart.
Yeah, I thought he was going back to the top.
I
Just talked about it.
thought
I was
that's-
like, well, it'd be weird if it was for pain, but
Yeah.
you know what?
Well,
Screw
before
it,
we
let's make
take
it for pain.
these shots, let's just go over real quick. Please make sure you check out the Beerly Sports created Teespring page. Just all you got to do is type in Beerly Sports, creatorspring.com. It's fantastic. We've got Beerly OB merch there. You can see all the different colors of the wind and the different merch. You've got Ballsy, the mascot
It's
of
not
the
the
Beerly
name
OB
of the
podcast.
mascot.
You got him right there on the merch.
I think
Ballsy.
only winners should choose mascot.
And he is salty this week because we do have salty balls here at Beerly OB.
Some of us do.
Yeah, we got to make a T-shirt, salty balls.
I was already planning on doing it.
Are you serious?
Yes, I was-
Dude, awesome. be sure to check out that next week. We'll probably have it up by then.
Yeah, it'll be
Probably have it up by then. Salty Balls. Support the show in any way you can. If you like it, comment, share, subscribe. We're always here, usually Monday evenings, Monday nights. Be sure to join us live. If not, you can always watch us in the morning. You can watch us anywhere you find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Well, not kind of right now. We're dealing with some Spotify issues.
Spotify issues right now, Apple
With our
Podcasts.
RSS feed.
YouTube.
Yeah, see you guys. YouTube obviously is
We got
a
to pull it
thing.
up so we're the only ones on the
Oh,
screen.
that's right. That's right. Here we go. And stop sharing.
To losing $100 today.
All right, ready? Wait, what did you say nope for?
Don't worry about it. There's an easier way to do it that I'll teach you.
Oh, you hit that. Yeah, I know.
So you can keep the screen up so you don't have to keep pressing share screen every 2
I know
minutes.
that. Okay.
It's been triggering me all night.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh, cinnamon.
Good little dessert.
Yeah, I said
One more thing I want to plug before we head out.
Got a little chaser.
See this beautiful logo on this beautiful hat?
I
There's
don't.
a company called 366 Golf Apparel. This hat, this shirt, all affordably priced, and you can even get it for cheaper using code TEEDOFF15 at checkout. It's 366golfapparel.com. You can get it. And again, use the discount code, get 15% off your order.
Do it because this man's getting married in November. Help the brother out, okay? Help him take his girl to Valdosta for the honeymoon. Valdosta. I know. I was joking.
The bachelor party
Is in Valdosta. Yeah, and also comment how bad of a choice that Valdosta is for a bachelor party.
It's gonna be great.
No, we're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a good time. Hey,
I
did you know this? The Gators play the Hurricanes that weekend.
I did know that. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why Trevor
be exciting.
did that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I'm not gonna be.
And we're gonna play
alive at the
golf,
end of
right?
that thing. That's the plan right now. Is to
Play
play golf,
golf, and then see the
play
game.
golf, get hammered, watch the game.
Sounds like a great weekend.
It's gonna be a great weekend.
Yep. So thanks guys so much for tuning in. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys later. Beerly OB. Woo! Oh,
Are you dumb?
yes, I am.
Click end.
That was fun.